This tutorial is all about doing a flyer. Okay, if you look at the flyer that I've done here, it's all done in CorelDraw. So let's see what are the elements in here. We got a wavy effect here for the top part of the flyer. So how did we do that? So that's a power clip thing. I'm going to show you how. In here in the rectangular box here, if you double click on that, that will give you the outline of your border. Okay, so I set my border into 8.5 by 11, so I'll drag this over here. Okay, now in here I've got the wavy effect, right? But the first thing I have to do is I'm gonna duplicate this without an offset by hitting the plus sign in your keyboard. So when you click on the keyboard, the plus sign, you have two objects now. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this black. Okay, then I'll make this red, or I'll just make it the same color as this one. So I go edit, okay, copy properties from, and I want the fill, and I click on this one. Okay, so now I have that top portion. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create a line from here to here, and then I'm going to make that curved. Okay, so it's a line. I'll just remove the snap to object so that I can move freely. So I go to my shape tool and click on the segment. Okay, right mouse click and click on to curve. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm going to create that curve there. Okay, we're not really going to do exactly the same, but I'm just gonna show you the principle here. Okay, now this one, it's a line, and if I go to wireframe here, you would see that that's my line, and then here's my box. I go back to my enhanced view. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna click on my segment, my line, and then hold shift and click on the black one, and then click on the red one. So I've got three objects right now. You would see if it's three objects, because in the status bar you can see three objects. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click on simplify. Show you what simplify means. Okay, so when I click simplify, I can delete this curve already. And if I go to my wireframe view, wireframe, I can see that, see this one, I can break it apart. Okay, so what you're going to do is I'm going back to my enhanced mode. Okay, these are four, actually 1 2 3 4 objects now. So I click on the first object and I go to arrange, break curve apart. Okay, so when I go break curve apart, these are two objects now. Should look at it. And same thing as this one, click arrange, break apart. Okay, now I'll try to delete this one. Delete, delete. Perfect. So I got the shape now. Then I'll highlight these two by a crossing window. I'll just remove the outline. There you go. Now I'll zoom in here. If you notice that there's kind of like a shadow there, the gray shadow. So how do we do that? So I'll click on the object, the black, and then the red. Okay, hold, or you can just, make a crossing window and then duplicate it with your plus sign in your keyboard. I'll do that right now. So now if I drag this down, I got two objects, then I'll just make that gray. Okay, then if you notice here, there's like a white, I don't know if you can see that in the screen, but it's still divided into two objects. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to weld these objects. So click on the first one and then the second one, and then in here you would see there's an option for weld. Click on weld. Now it's one object. Then I'll move this over to the back of the foreground. Okay. as you notice, we got problems here. So that's easy to fix. You go to Arrange, Order, and then to back of page. Click OK. There you have it. And you can adjust it or whatever you want. You can just bring it down if you want. Okay, so now I'll just move this over, plus sign to duplicate, and then this one too, plus sign. Okay, so the logo is underneath, so what I'll do, I'll make a crossing window without touching it, and then I'll make Arrange, Order to front of page. There you go. Okay, I forgot this line here. I'll just go plus sign, and then I'll move it over here. I'll try to zoom in here. Okay, I'll make it touch that. Okay, now see, there is a, you can just adjust this one by making it go this way. Okay, and then same as the other one here, you can enlarge it by dragging it that side. Okay, now we have that strip now. That's it. And the next tutorial I'll show you how to do this part.